Boston deep center field, where bees hummed and clover'd grow, way before endless droughts saved money from lawns needed to mow. And on these streets, daily newspaper route, hoping for tips from porching. Pitching arm got stronger, practiced even when it was scorching. 3 flies up, maybe get a game going. Spent earnings on baseball cards, stale gunpowder showing. Parental dental visit warning. Stats on the back to me were never boring. Maybe get tickets to a game at Chavez Ravine. $1.50 general admission, though players could barely be seen. They were mythical immortals, not men on a mission. Rod, Bill, Davey, Steve's, Y, and G, they were infield zen. But I started in right field, on the Braves at Pettit Park. Little League felt big back then. Eventually pitched and was catcher too. All 4 fields made memorable marks. Whether I was a Brave, an A, or Dodger blue, time to visit each diamond here. From the grandstands, a reverberating echo cheer, capturing little sparks in vision as well.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
First sips of coffee at Diamond 1. Taste of Santa Ana's blowing allergy hell. Past events begun, memories flashing as bright as the floodlights at night above. Heat of the hit ball crashing into weathered leather of my Wilson glove. Back to the pitcher's mound at 1. It was the All-Star game. Bases loaded, count 3 and 2. First time up, not totally lame. Out at first, but runner to third base. Next batter sent him the home plate, adjusting my stance to meet those blurred stitches on that spiraling sphere. Grand slam? Or the strikeout that I feared. The pitcher, a wannabe Nolan Ryan, split-second decision, kept my Louisville near. Bam, right on my elbow, holding back tear. Walking it off to first, holding my throbbing arm. Winning run for the team, batting average no harm. Wasn't just a dream. More untying of the seams, continuing to recall more, but we'll pause here before counting up the score. Diamonds 2, 3, and 4 coming soon. Gotta get ready for my Cup of Joe show. Next poem writes itself sometime around high noon. On to Diamond 2. Only one game comes to mind when at a closer view. And what do I find? Our old hangout right behind the pool maintenance room. Perfect design. In my mind, a soundtrack tune. Play the Game by Queen takes me to 1980. Zoom! Coffee at bat, stir and sip. Bittersweet pass on a short trip. Round the corner and just out of sight, a few first base hits and teenage rights. Also the bleachers by the pool. We thought we were so cool. Summertime rolls into September girls. Good times, bad times, they'll give you a twirl. Love stinks and dugout blues. Struck out a lot, but even pros do. Then one day, I made it to the playoffs, and we grew up a bit wiser in truths. Retired our numbers till eventually, some years later, time was endless in passing youth. Back to the bullpen, under pressure, less of a hater after finding just the right one, who was my equator, balanced the poles, access less wobbly core, bold as love, vibrating soul, but not quite ready, Freddy, soon another Queen song extols. A best friend anomaly, cause it became something more. Worked on some harmony. When I pitched too much, I began to catch. If I were too far out there, she'd eventually bring me back for more. And she made it to the World Series with me, laughing along and feeling anew. We are the champions over cynicism to a certain degree. Anti this and that, had enough proof. Winning the pennant multiple times, with some losses gaining strength in lieu. Though I didn't know for a while, she also hung out here too. And the cutest little smile is still there, even at a youthful 52. Punch in here, correction, she's 51. I am so old I forgot my age too. Right now I recall me, Heinz Ketchup, in a few weeks. See you at the Dreamer's Ball. She's now 54 at the time of this viewing and makes the rocking world go round. I'm 59, another decade brewing. Done with 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 will wait to be revealed at another date. Possibly tomorrow I'll again create. For now, it's a seaside rendezvous. Used to catch the beach bus from here, all the way to Zuma's Ocean Blue, aka Abbey's Beach. Point Doom is included too, paradise found within reach, but on weekends it's a total zoo. Here's a Fableman's movie shoot. They let us walk around the set. Waited some years till sharing. In the film, I'm a silhouette. No residuals, but exciting experience. Time to have my voice silenced. Here's Steven.
And camera.
2022, a Saturday sunrise show in Friday Night Lights Afterglow. Diamond 3, my ear was sent, pinging of metal and leather spent. Total recall 50 years ago. Across patches of green and brown, threw a ball back I just found. First time up to bat, spring 75, was on the Braves, my first of 3 years. Little League Day 1 had arrived. Face first pitch, swung too high. Best friend Scott was throwing pretty fast, not giving me a pass. Ball focused from my eye, but didn't feel worthy as the name on my jersey. So my coach called out, "Hey Paulie, look alive." Scott threw 2 more, balked at 1, swung the second. Strike 3, ump had cried, like Casey. Well, I guess I tried. I felt like I was in the Mudville 9, but Casey had too much pride. Me, that was reversed. Game not done, though. Brand new inning, continued the verse. Out in left field, time ticking slowly. Crack of the bat, base hit, line drive. Cruising my way, red and white now hurling. Dark blue bruising, future color of my eye. Sight became blurry. Ball bounced on a hole of a sprinkler. Me not cool like the Fonz Henry Winkler. A strikeout and an error. It doesn't feel fair. I'll never be Joe DiMaggio or Manny Mota. Trying out next year as a bad news bear. Saw Coach scribble with his Ticonderoga. Then he came out sauntering over. My head hung lower at the end of the bench, pulling little petals off a clover. Any confidence came and went. Coach cheered me up, told this little camper to buck up. Keep on practicing, don't you give up. So in the next inning, I'm percolating just like Joe's strong to me then coffee. New plate special sizzling on deck with energized body. Ready to taste some robust success. Meeting at the mound, but I can't copy. Bitter ground swirling in head. Switching out some players. Yes, ready to actually pass the second time test. So I keep swinging with the donut ring. Hoping my stroke will strike. Gotta make perfect contact for ball in flight. Beyond outfield players with Hank Aaron-like bite. Mark, now the pitcher, everyone noticed. Best in the league, my attitude moded. Like anxious caffeination, my heart beating at logarithmic stats and hospitalization. Tried to calm down. Brushed the plate. Catcher made a sign. Curveball, sinker, slider, my fate. Strike 1, swung too late. Here comes the second throw. Ball 1, that call I will take. Taking deep breaths. Here comes the third. Passed as it sunk to the zone. It declared strike 2. And we all definitely heard, now I am owned. 2-1, Reds ahead. Earlier struck out, but now got a home run in my head. Must keep at bay any self-doubt. Little green man, NX adage, though Mark definitely has the advantage. Seeing Moon in left center field, wish my ball would hit it so I'd feel like a winner and not a loser. I'll even take a grounder or a cruiser. Play ball, it's the umpire I now hear. Mustn't fear. The windup, the pitch, grounder before third base. Foul, still 1-2. Bat slipping from sweat, what to do? I step outside the box, adjust my socks, helmet and shirt. No family to root me on. Won't let that hurt. Obla-da, life goes on. Another pitch, trying to be aware, totally whiffed. Strike 3, you're out of here. My team was miffed, but I didn't pout. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? Began to fade. But they got over it. And I eventually did too. And kept on improving. Next year I was hometown Dodger blue. Like Chris Stevens, when my old man wasn't wailing on me. We're out there, I'm shagging flies. My stepdad worked with me when he was sober. Reflecting now is wise when you realize lessons aren't always like ending innings. They can also be beginnings. And now I am much older. As a teacher, I look out for those who are needing just a little nudge to make themselves true, even after they strike out more times than my two, bringing some hope to them while they're young. Sigh, hoping their inner worth has won. You sometimes need the Mudville 9 to shed the useless skin and revive, return to the image of the present. Father and teen daughter enjoy the gift of dawn. Awake in a field of dreams, in a maddening world of wrong. An air high five to the two at Diamond 3. I virtually said with the ball I found thrown back to them, making what's precious left in this world a bit more right. Valuable time now is what they do spend as they fade in the shade and then into another day's light. parental view comes back into play. Received a text of a place and time when my daughter was younger than my baseball age. Her poetic words from her now, beyond any rhyme. Another sport, but it was just for fun. A precious memory I'd forgotten. You never know what's in your kid's heart, before or after kindergarten. For her, it was first grade. For me, a grand slam, a top greatest hit holding her hand. She'll tell it in her own voice. Every time I've read it, I choke up on the bat-resisted choice. But my heart melts and my tears fall. Different from the pain and joy of my time in baseball. But these tears she would call cry for sweet as a child. Angels in the infield and visibility meet if you give them a while. As they gently help one let go of the deep. A weight of worries onward past. Almost not another peep from me. Glad she shared when I asked. Wish I had a camera that day, but her words shall last. Pics are from other days there. Outdoor rink of another weather forecast.
Blades. In that forgotten afternoon, the ice glistened and mirrored the silvered clouds above. My father, he beckoned me forth. His voice was a warm ember in the crisp air. We laced our skates, the world around us, damp with whispers. The rain began to fall and kiss the ice, creating ripples that danced beneath our joy. We watched a parade of umbrellas, sheltering each moment to dance in the rain. Oh, the sound of steel greeting ice, a sharp contrast to the soft patter, a symphony only we could hear.
Wondered in my slumber if I'd attempt to write a reconstructed version of the previous night's poem about the last field Diamond 4 from my Pettit Park roam. I had mentioned a legend who happened to pass on at 94 while writing this verse the night before. Picture him play-by-play, score-to-score, the Casey Kasem of baseball. 67 years of service explaining it all in warm tones, the goings-on and off. Vin Scully, calm but enthusiastic announcing. I often hear in my mind's nostalgic ear, never a mean denouncing, on scratchy transistor radios from old yesteryear. Used to think he was Vin Scully. Made sense, the blending silly. I can hear him now, though, narrating my past at Diamond 4 and 77, returning almost in a flash. Though the following memory is after I was in Dodger Blue. Like Ron and Don, I was in A, and here's what I went through. It's an exciting August day in Granada Hills at Diamond 4. Who will win the championship? Now here's the score. Top of the last inning, 1 Giants, A's 2, 2 outs to gain. But who will be winning? Difficult to say who. In this moment on display, deuces wild, cards on hold, a walk this way. Timeout called, short ad to relay. Farmer John Franks are going pretty fast, so don't you delay. Better buy some now. 2-for-1 special today, they're not going to last. Back to the game on Diamond 4 ground. Little Smokie B is now on the mound. Quick rewind to the afternoon before. Got his measles booster shot, limb pretty sore. Got a grape lolly like when he was a tot. Threw some balls to the walls in case he was sought. Luckily they had jabbed his right arm in case something were to go wrong. Earlier in the game he played pretty well. A single, a walk, then sat out. But a tingling began and his arm began to swell. Like Popeye the Sailor Man. He hit it, hoped no one would tell. Luckily it was my right arm. The southpaw was quite inspired by Dodger 32. I only learned about him from my older brother, who was a big fan of the car Dodgers of blue. He even had an album I enjoyed listening to.
Dandy Sandy, have you fling, take a swing. It does no good to pump. Don't be pumped and don't be bitter, cause if it isn't a big no-hitter, Dandy Sandy will shut you out.
Between his Beatles records back then, like Something New, a great sports figure who happened to be a Jew. Track 1, side 2, Dandy Sandy by Jimmy Durante. Inspired me of what I'd try to do, sort of. Though I was maybe only 4 years old, in my fragile, egg-shelled mind, something had taken hold. In truth, not that we were religious, but on Yom Kippur the left hand of God withdrew. Then he came back strong, strikeout after strikeout, pitching beyond the greatest of expectations, Jewish role model in sports curbed by hesitations. No-hitters, shutouts, records broken, Beatles and baseball so much played and spoken. Mr. Scully had 2 tracks of narration too. Even team players sang some rhythm and blues.
What you see, there is a place you gotta dig on me. Dodger, stage 'em. Dodger, stage 'em.
Back on the field again, let Vin tell the tale. Picture his voice on a poetic scale. Good is getting better up here in Granada Hills, not letting the Santa Anas flip the sail. Can the A's tipsy the Topsy scale? Little Smokes is called up to throw, his guiding spirit a Koufax in tow. Beams down the confidence of 2,396 strikeouts. Channeling 32 is just enough, though, for the A's to be championed in this neighborhood's glow. And so here we are on this sunny summer day. Next batter known for his RBIs. He always gets a piece of it, a pitch to disguise. Looks up to sweltering sky. Fastball, not bad, okay. Right arm dangling, feeling a bit more funny, but wind up powerful like Brooklyn's Bugs Bunny. High and outside, ball 1. Slow curve ball fooled him. Whoosh and swung. Home plate's a bit blurry, wiping sweat from his brow, focusing and ignoring other sounds. But then ball 2 from a bounce off that pentagonal shape, so no time to waste. Another timeout, adjusts belt on waist. Right arm like jelly, totally ignore. Faster curveball, less chance to score. And that's strike 3, 2 outs. Everyone hears one more out, the A's all shout. The ending near, but the Giants aren't done. Hope to stay ahead, no more runs. His eyes on the next batter's stance. He sets up the pitch after one more glance. Bat is swaying but securely gripped. He lets a fastball rip, bam, right back, heading toward his head. I think he's closed his eyes, full of dread. Raises right, supported by his left. It's still there in the pocket of his glove, his face burning red. His team is cheering, he's feeling the love. He's come so far, heat of impact in his glove.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Pettit Park is a long ways from Cooperstown. Back here in 77, whether you had lost or won, it was a small suburban slice of heaven. Field dirt and grass below, catch flight, center field glow, smack of leather in hand, out to in, heading home. It's just a game, but often more, if you can see the diamonds within its unending metaphors. And don't forget to smile, because it happened. 1, 2, 3, hit it, boys. Don't recall how I learned to make it. It's nothing grandiose, and it's always a bit different, but always tastes more than fine. I just sort of fake it, caramelize it, and improvise the notes. But I definitely use vanilla, rum, Kahlua every single time. Don't worry, the alcohol gets cooked completely out, though it does give you a banana buzz that jumps about. Bananas should be somewhat ripe, but not banana bread mushy brown. Some prefer to slice them long ways, but I like them little, crisp, and round. You'll also need a few dashes of Sally cinnamon and nutmeg, my sweet dream spice. Brown sugar or turbinado synonym. Build me up butter, a quarter spliced. After the pan is too hot to handle, drop the butter to melt with you. Liquid next, pour some sugar and see love is like as rum comes true. Tra-la-la, it's now banana splits time. Caramelize it just so, but not thick as a brick rhyme. This epic poem almost equals that actual code time. Stir it up, little darling, as you might want to combine with ice cream or even cannoli, alone again, or in all of its glory on banana pancakes and maybe sprinkled powdered sugar, a snowy flurry. Take it slow and easy, don't devour in a hurry, though you're tempted by the fruit of another serving. Yummy, 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 love in your tummy might begin swirling and swerving.